In the heart of the galaxy, Earth was a small, quiet planet. Its people lived simple lives, but they had big dreams. Among the stars, other worlds had grown strong and powerful. They laughed at Earth. They called it weak, slow, and unimportant. And yet, Earth had something new, something different to Prototype. The Prototype was a spaceship, but not just any ship. It was built by humans who were called foolish by other species. They said humans were too fragile, too slow, too small to matter. They gathered in the Galactic Council, pointing fingers and laughing, their voices loud and cruel. "This ship will never fly," one alien sneered, its eyes cold and sharp. "Pathetic creatures," another said. "Why waste our time on them?" In a quiet lab on Earth, the human inventor worked tirelessly. Sweat ran down his forehead, hands trembling, but his eyes burned with hope. He did not hear the laughter of the galaxy. He did not care about their mockery. For him, the Prototype was not just a machine, it was proof that humans could stand. Among the stars, his spaceship was small, sleek, and shining. It had strange glowing lights and a soft hum that made it seem alive. To other beings, it looked fragile. To humans, it held the promise of something greater. On the day of the test flight, all the aliens from the Council gathered. Their wings, claws, and scales glimmered under the bright lights of the arena. They pointed and whispered. Some recorded the moment, thinking it would be funny. The humans in the crowd held their breath. They knew this flight could change everything or end in humiliation. The human inventor climbed into the cockpit. His heart pounded. He touched the control panel and whispered to the ship, "We will show them. We will show them what humans can do." The engines roared. The spaceship lifted off the ground. At first it wobbled, shaking under the weight of the humans' hope. The aliens laughed. The sound was harsh, cruel, echoing across the arena. "Look at them, struggle." "Yea, one," alien shouted. "They will crash before the first star." Another hissed. The laughter was loud, full of scorn, and it made many humans look away. But then, something strange happened. The Prototype steadied itself. It hovered with grace, moving like it was alive. The humans gasped. The aliens froze, their laughter dying in their throats. The ship was doing what they said was impossible. From above, watching silently, a figure appeared. She did not laugh. She did not whisper. Her presence was commanding, her eyes sharp and knowing. She was not like the others. She was a queen, a ruler whose power was feared across the galaxy, and she was watching the human closely, her gaze piercing through the crowd. Straight to the pilot. The human felt it, though he did not know why. A strange warmth, a feeling of being chosen, ran through him. He did not know who she was, but he sensed her importance. He did not notice the aliens still mocking him. They were fading in the background. The ship rose higher, performing maneuvers no one thought possible. It glided, turned, and sparkled under the arena lights. The crowd of aliens grew quiet. Some whispered in disbelief. Some clenched their fists, unable to understand how such a fragile species could do this. And then, with a soft hum, the Prototype hovered in the center of the arena. The human climbed out, chest heaving. Sweat and dirt covered him, but his eyes shone with pride. The aliens looked at each other, unsure how to react. They had mocked Earth and humans had surprised them. But Queen's gaze did not leave him. Her lips moved, almost in a whisper, but the words reached only him. "Human, beware. I am not just any woman. I am the Queen who chose you." The words were a secret, a warning, and a promise. The human did not understand them yet, but he felt a spark inside him, a spark that would grow into something unstoppable. The laughter of the galaxy had faded. The adventure was just beginning. After the flight, the arena was silent. The aliens who had laughed so loudly now looked confused, some even afraid. The human inventors stood among the crowd, hearts still racing from the success. He had done it. He had proven Earth could rise among the stars. But no one in the crowd noticed the shadow moving above them. A figure descended from the sky, graceful and powerful. She was tall, wearing robes that shimmered like starlight. Her eyes glowed faintly, like distant galaxies. She did not speak at first, but every being in the arena felt her presence. Even the fiercest alien leaders bowed their heads slightly. The human looked up, startled. The others whispered, but he could not hear them. His focus was only on her. She came to him and stopped. Her gaze was sharp, almost piercing his very thoughts. Then she spoke, her voice calm but commanding. "Human, beware. I am not just any woman. I am the queen who chose you." The human froze. He did not understand. Why him? Why had she chosen him? Around him, aliens murmured in confusion. Some thought she was mad. Others felt fear. The queen lifted her hand and pointed at the prototype spaceship. It glowed softly, as if responding to her presence. "This is only the beginning," she said. "You are not like the others. You carry something rare. Something dangerous. The galaxy has laughed at you, and it will continue to do so. But the path ahead is not theirs to decide." The human's mind raced. He wanted to ask questions, but words failed him. The queen's power made him feel small, yet also stronger. He could sense she had plans that included him. "You will face tests," she continued. "Challenges that'll push you to the edge. Some you may survive, some you may not. But know this, your choices will shape not only your future, but the future of your planet. The galaxy is not ready for what Earth can do, but I am." Her words were heavy, yet strange warmth filled the human's chest. She had chosen him, chosen to lead, chosen to rise, chosen to prove the galaxy wrong. Suddenly, a ripple of energy spread from her hand, touching the human. He felt strange visions burning, ships colliding, worlds trembling. He saw both danger and hope. The queen's warning echoed in his mind. "Be careful, human. The path you walk will not be easy." Aliens in the arena grew uneasy. Some whispered, "Who is she?" Others simply stared, unsure what to do. Even the other humans could not understand the queen. But the human inventor knew one thing. He had been given a chance to show the galaxy that humans were more than they seemed. The queen's eyes softened for a moment, and she spoke again. "Go, prepare yourself. The first test comes soon, and remember, the galaxy will try to stop you. Do not fail." With that, she disappeared as suddenly as she had arrived. The human blinked, trying to comprehend everything. He looked at his spaceship, his creation, and felt a surge of determination. The first test would be dangerous, yes, but with the Quiff's guidance, he felt ready. Even as he trained and prepared, he could feel the whispers of the aliens, still mocking, still doubtful. They laughed at Earth's prototype once, but soon they would learn that humans were not so easy to ignore. The adventure had truly begun. The galaxy had chosen its watchers, and now it had chosen its first human champion. Days passed since the queen had chosen him. The human inventor trained constantly, studying his prototype ship and preparing for the unknown trials ahead. Every night, he could still feel her words in his mind. "The first test comes soon. Do not fail." He was not alone. Other humans watched from afar, cheering silently, hoping their champion would succeed. The aliens, however, continued to whisper and mock. A fragile species chosen by a queen. They sneered. "Ridiculous. It will fail before it even starts." The day of the first test arrived. The arena was massive, filled with strange structures, glowing barriers, and moving obstacles. Aliens from many planets had come to watch. Their eyes glittered with curiosity and amusement, waiting to see the human fail. The human inventor stood before the entrance. His hands shook slightly, but his heart burned with determination. He took a deep breath and stepped forward. The gates cliffed behind him with a heavy clang, cutting off the outside world. There was no turning back. A loud voice echoed through the arena. "Begin the test." The first challenge appeared, a maze of floating platforms suspended over a deep chasm. Each platform moved unpredictably. Some glowed, some vanished, some were lined with sharp edges. The human had to jump, run, and balance carefully to survive. A single mistake meant falling into the abyss below. He began cautiously. His heart raced as the platforms moved. The aliens watching laughed at his slow steps. "It won't last a minute." One shouted, "Pathetic." Another hissed. But the human inventor had something the aliens did not understand: creativity. He noticed patterns in the platform's movement. He remembered small adjustments he had made to his prototype ship. Using these same principles, he predicted the platform's motion and timed his jumps perfectly. Step by step, he moved forward. The aliens grew silent, unable to believe their eyes. The humans watching gasped. He was surviving. He was succeeding. Halfway through the maze, a new obstacle appeared. Energy barriers that pulsed with deadly light. One wrong touch, and the test would end. The human hesitated. Fear clawed at him, but he remembered the Queen's words. Be careful, human. The galaxy will try to stop you. Focusing, he timed his movements carefully. He ducked, rolled, and leaped, passing through the barriers without a single scratch. The aliens could not stop their whispers. Some began to worry. This fragile human might actually finish the test. Finally, he reached the last platform. It was narrow, glowing, and moved quickly above the abyss. His legs burned, and his arms ached, but he steadied himself. With one final leap, he landed safely. On solid ground, the arena went quiet. Then, from above, a voice rang out, calm and proud. Well done, human, the Queen said. You have survived your first trial, but do not celebrate yet. Harder challenges await. Their galaxy is not kind to those it fears. The human inventor exhaled, exhausted but alive. He had survived where others thought he would fail. He looked at his spaceship, ready for the next step, and felt a spark inside him, a spark that promised humans could rise above all odds. Even as he left the arena, the whispers of the aliens followed him. They had laughed at Earth once, but now their laughter had turned to doubt, and doubt, the human knew, was the first step toward respect. The first test was over, but the journey had only begun. The galaxy watched, and the Queen waited. The real challenge was still ahead. The human inventor returned from the first test, exhausted but alive. His body ached, but his mind was sharp. He had passed the challenge that even the galaxy's strongest beings had doubted. Yet, the Queen's words echoed in his mind. The real tests are coming. The galaxy will try to stop you. He spent days preparing, studying alien technology, learning their strategies, and pushing himself beyond human limits. Other humans watched in awe. He's showing us what we can do, one whispered. But the aliens continued to mock, refusing to accept that a fragile species could survive. The next test was announced. This time, it was unlike anything the human had seen before. A vast arena stretched before him, filled with obstacles, traps, and alien warriors. The challenge was clear. Reach the other side, and survive the attacks of creatures designed to hunt and destroy. As the human inventor stepped into the arena, he felt fear but also determination. His heart beat fast. His mind focused on one thought. Humans are stronger than they seem. The first wave of alien attackers moved in. They were faster, larger, and more dangerous than anything he had encountered. Many of the spectators whispered that the human would fail quickly, but he did not panic. He observed the creatures carefully, noting their movements and weaknesses. Humans had something the aliens lacked: creativity, using simple tools, and his understanding of the environment. He set small traps, distracted the attackers, and used clever maneuvers to stay alive. Each step showed ingenuity. Each decision highlighted human intelligence. The aliens were confused. How can one human survive this? They hissed. Halfway through the arena, the human reached a massive chasm filled with swirling energy. Alien warriors blocked the only path forward. He hesitated for a moment, heart racing. Then, remembering his prototype spaceship's agility and the lessons he had learned, he took a leap. He swung from a floating chain, dodged the attackers, and landed safely on the other side. The crowd gasped. Even the aliens watching could not hide their astonishment. Humans were surviving, thriving, and overcoming impossible odds. From above, the Queen observed silently. Her eyes glowed faintly as she whispered, "Yes, this is the spark I saw. Humans are unpredictable, resilient, and bold. This is why I chose him." The final challenge appeared, a towering wall of shifting energy barriers. Many would see it and give up, but the human inventor studied the patterns, timing each movement, and using his speed and clever thinking, he passed through the barriers with precision, earning a final nod from the Queen. When he reached the end of the arena, the alien spectators were silent. Even their strongest warriors could not deny the truth. Humans, fragile as they seemed, had something the galaxy could not predict: heart, courage, and brilliance. The human inventor stood tall, breathing heavily, but filled with pride. The Queen descended once more, her expression unreadable but approving. She spoke softly, her voice carrying power across the arena. "Your strength is not in muscle, nor in numbers. It is in your mind, your will, and your heart. Remember this, human. The galaxy will test you again, and only those who embrace their hidden power will survive. The human inventor nodded. He understood now. Humans had been underestimated for too long. Their strength was not obvious, but it was real. And with the Queen's guidance, he would show the galaxy what humanity was capable of. The next test would be harder, more dangerous, and more revealing. But for the first time, humans and the galaxy could see the spark of something extraordinary. The hidden power of humanity had begun to shine, and the journey was far from over. The human inventor stood at the edge of the arena, his body tired and bruised, but his spirit stronger than ever. He had survived every challenge the galaxy had thrown at him. He had proven that humans were clever, resourceful, and brave. Yet a question burned in his mind. Why had the Queen chosen him? Above him, the Queen appeared once more. Her presence filled the arena, calm but powerful. The aliens who had mocked him before watched silently, some in fear, others in disbelief. Even the strongest warriors could not look directly at her. The Queen's voice rang out, clear and commanding. You have passed every test, human. You have shown the galaxy that humans are not weak. You have hidden power, courage, and a mind no one expected. That is why I chose you. The human inventor bowed slightly, unsure what to say. His heart raced. He had hoped for recognition, but hearing it from the Queen herself was overwhelming. She stepped closer, her eyes locking with his. Humans have always been underestimated. Many worlds see them as fragile, unimportant, and slow. But I have watched, and I know the truth. His species is capable of more than they realize. You are the spark that can change the galaxy. A hush fell over the arena. Even the aliens who had laughed before could feel the weight of her words. Some whispered among themselves, fear creeping into their voices. The human inventor felt a strange mix of pride and responsibility. The Queen, he extended her hand. The galaxy is dangerous. Wars, conspiracies, and threats await. You, human, have been chosen to lead, to guide your people, and to rise above the doubt of others. But beware, this power comes with risk. The enemies of humanity will not wait. They will test you at every step. The human inventor took a deep breath. He looked around at his home planet, at the humans who had supported him, and at the aliens who doubted him. He felt a fire in his chest, a burning determination to prove the Queen right. I understand, he said. I will not fail. I will show the galaxy what humans can do. The Queen nodded, her expression softening. Good, but remember this. The greatest challenge is not the tests I give, nor the enemies you will face. It is the belief in yourself and your people. Humans are not strong because of muscle or numbers. They are strong because they never give up, even when the odds seem impossible. With a final, graceful movement, the Queen vanished, leaving the human inventor standing, alone in the arena. Around him, the crowd of aliens murmured in astonishment. The human smiled slightly, feeling the weight of the moment. He knew this was only the beginning. As he walked toward his prototype ship, he thought about the future. The galaxy had seen humans as weak for too long. Now, he had the chance to change that. With courage, intelligence, and determination, humans could rise above every doubt, every laugh, every challenge. The adventure was far from over. New trials awaited. Enemies lurked in the shadows. But humanity had shown its hidden power, and with the Queen's guidance, the human inventor would lead them into a future that no one in the galaxy could ignore. The spark of humanity had become a flame, and soon the universe would see that humans were not to be underestimated.